All right. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. There we go. A little bit louder. We were about to get started with our community showcase for this week. I'm going to preview the Adventurous playlist within effect modes and host some community versus matches. Welcome in, Dovetail. All right, you know what? Let's just get started. I am Austin from Enhance, and yes, always happy to host these every Friday. It's an excuse for me to hang out with the Tetris community, play some games, and mostly spectate some games. We're going to do some connected versus momentarily. So, yeah, and I don't get the chance to really play too much single player on stream. Last time we had Misty play the classic playlist, and what I mean by playlist, so for example, yeah, as you scroll through the effect modes on Tetris Effect Connected, you're going to see a color associated with each game mode. So classic is highlighted in white here, so we actually have a ton of classic modes, especially with the addition of classic score attack and Zone Marathon. Then we have the relax playlist, and you can also see the name over the Zen Buddy here. Focus playlist and Adventurous. So today we are going to be playing some Adventurous. And if you have any questions about these game modes as they are being played, please do not hesitate to ask. And either myself or our lovely core TEC, Tetris Effect Connected community, will be happy to answer. And these modes in particular are a bit different. And actually, this is probably my favorite playlist. Either this or Focus. I kind of like the quirky modes, personally. I think Mystery is one of my favorite game modes. So let's hop into it. What should we play first? Countdown, Purifier, or Mystery? Welcome in. I am Nobody. Are you not entertained? Manbo. Mystery? Start with Mystery. Is that Mark McDonald? I am not Mark McDonald, but shout out to Mark McDonald, coworker. I am Austin Bennett. Not Mark McDonald. You can imagine it if you would like, though, if that makes you happy. All right, let's hop into mystery, since Dovetail suggested it. Welcome in, Cockwick. All right, now here's the other dilemma. Which level from Journey do we want to play? I think I have everything here, yeah. We even have the 1984 and 1989 skins available. What are we feeling today? Jellyfish Chorus is always fun. We have that or Orbit. Okay, we'll start on Jellyfish Chorus. I feel like I don't pick this one too often, so let's give it a go. All right, let's get my face off the screen here. Okay. You know what? Let's actually we'll do a level 1 start and then maybe a level 15 start. We're chilling here. Start on level 1 if you're just looking to have a good old time, relax, go at your own pace. And I'll actually, you know what? I'll turn on the customized block colors. Really get immersed here. All right. Also, the sound is loud on my end. You know what? I really like the start of this stage where it's like there's no music or anything going on until you play some pieces. So mystery. As with anything like this, if you're going for high scores, building a spire. The best way to do that is to keep back-to-back with Tetrises and T-spins, and that's part of the reason I really like mystery, is it kind of forces you to deviate from like stacking patterns that you may try to utilize in like a marathon mode, for example. Like, you really have to kind of think on the fly and things like that, which I think is, for me personally, is a really fun Tetris experience. Ooh, giant piece. And yeah, you never know what you're going to run into and how you're going to have to overcome it. A true puzzle game, if you will, trying to think on the fly. Mystery is great practice for connected verses. That's a good point. And we are going to be playing some community connected verses tonight. It's usually a favorite. Ooh, Diamond Bomb, no Ghost. Diamond Bomb is... Oh, you know what? I forgot. We wanted to do a tier list of effect modes. But what would also be fun is a tier list of mystery effects. Or I guess even connected blitzes can fall under that category. And if it was up to me personally, the bombs bug me. Ooh, got it diffused on that one, though. I feel like my favorite is probably Giant. Oh, speak of the devil. Giant or, what else is... Of course, there's, like, All Clear. All Clear is the most satisfying when you get it if you're going for high scores. SS rank win. You never know. Maybe it's right now. We could go for a high score, maybe after this one. Not everything needs to be ultra competitive. Tetris is a perfect chill game. Although, for me personally, yes, I do try to go for high scores when I play. But Mystery is I don't know, it's a good like in-between mode. Because every game's different, so it's like relaxing in that way. Yeah, it's my favorite effect mode. Although I know it's a contentious, for some reason, not everyone likes this mode. If anyone wants to elaborate on that, it'd be funny for me to hear the reasoning. Have I played Humanity? Absolutely. We stream Humanity. That was a question from Instagram. We stream it every Wednesday, U.S. time, Pacific, on our Humanity game channel on Instagram, and then on our Twitch TV, Enhanced Experience Twitch and YouTube. So yes, we do play a lot of Humanity here at Enhance. Which, by the way, Humanity just came out on MetaQuest. So I don't know if you are a MetaQuest player, but if anyone is new to the Humanity family, welcome in. So I like to farm T-spins in this mode. And usually with like your board being messy, it could be like Tetrises that take more time to set up, so though this is a top tier. Ooh. Sorry, a little distracted by the craziness happening right now. That square was kind of nice, that giant square. Ooh, the bump up. All right, we gotta bring our board down a little bit. No T-spins from this height. Actually, I lied. Go to T-spin 0. That's why I don't like bombs. Look at my super messy board. Although at the same time, it's like a work of art. Oh, that was kind of funny. Can I spin that? And yes, I do work for Enhance, and it is a Japanese studio, but obviously we have a US counterpart. And yes, awesome team here at Enhance to be a part of. Oh god, this is actually kind of tricky. Ooh, that might just don't bump me up. You know what? I haven't had an all clear yet. I could really use that right now. No, no. We have failed. Got an A. A is a passing grade. A sought after grade if you are a student. So, we'll accept it. Okay, we'll do one more game here. Maybe we can try a different skin. Mix it up. Maybe Jellyfish Chorus just wasn't working for me. Someone suggested Orbit. Orbit's a good one. They're all good, and they're depending on the mood. Gonna have a higher level start here. Maybe go for some score. If you are trying to play for a leaderboard or a score, you might want to start on the highest level for the most potential. But of course, it starts out higher gravity. It might be a little more frustrating. So definitely play at your own pace. Solid performance. Thank you. Hello, the best donkey in the world. Welcome in. And yes, hi Shen. Welcome in everybody from Instagram, wherever you are. Silica, typing in Japanese. Oh, I'm gonna have to translate that. Let's see, we have a good evening. Good evening. All right, let's do this. Would you consider showing the live chat on screen? That's not a bad idea. Uh, yeah, I guess that is more of a. That is pretty common, isn't it? Something to think about. It might be a little trickier for like Instagram or something like that. Might be able to do that for Twitch. That's something you would prefer. You know what? That actually might be kind of nice for so that people can see me chatting with people on other platforms. Now that you mention it. Because we haven't always been doing this streaming to multiple platforms thing, so I guess it didn't cross my mind at the time or recently. So yeah, that's actually a good idea. I appreciate the suggestion. Oh, that is a giant T-piece. We're gonna start over. Start clean. Let's get a high score here. Right now we are streaming to x/Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. So I guess there'd be 4. Ooh, apparently that was a T-piece. A broken T-piece. That's kind of funny. I do think for there's obviously luck in this mode, which can be refreshing just to add variety to the gameplay, right? But getting the all clear is super nice for going for high scores, because like if you're greeting, it takes your board down so that your board isn't so messy if you're like forcing T-spins, and there's also a score added to it, right? So I feel like all clears is probably like the best if you're going for a high score. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. And of course there's like Gold Rush, which doubles the point value. Oops. Top out again. Oh, there's a bomb there. That's kind of... Ooh. I feel like I'm getting pretty unlucky. I think I'm dead. GG. Mystery mode can be brutal. Alright. B. We're moving down the ranks. Okay, we'll check out another mode here. So we have, what else we have? We have Connected and Purify are also on the Adventurous playlist, which will be part of tomorrow's weekend ritual. What are we feeling, chat? Countdown or Purify? Purify is a lot of fun for me. They're both fun. Countdown. Okay, we can do some Countdown. I haven't played it recently. Bear in mind, being from Enhance, I played this game on multiple platforms, so my high scores will be scattered. But also sometimes my high scores get deleted. But where's I going with this? Yeah, so countdown. If you see right now, we have that that glowing column, and that indicates that there's going to be a Tetris falling in that column after a set amount of Tetramino drops. And fortunately for me, it keeps going into the same column, so we get an extra bonus when a Tetris is scored, utilizing the column that is presented. So kind of stack around that, and you know, eventually more columns drop at the same time. So it actually gets really tricky to maintain a healthy board once it gets crazy here, which we'll see momentarily. Struggled with this one. There's even a bonus for like doubles, right? I think this would count as a Tetris. No, it is 1500. This one will certainly count. Uh-oh. Ooh. Yeah, and I feel like these game modes may be touched less just simply due to, like, if you're a new player, it's at the very bottom of the effect mode playlist, so definitely give them a go. In my opinion, they're some of the most fun, quirky game modes, which is what I look for when I'm playing single player. So yeah, tomorrow during the Weekend Ritual, those will be the game modes that are featured. Not at the bottom every fourth weekend, true. And that fourth weekend is tomorrow. Oh. Probably should bring my board down a little bit before it gets too hectic here. Ooh, interesting. You know what? We're gonna go for it. A little greedy. Nice. Got a Tetris. Ooh, do I need to speed up? Maybe I could try to speed up and get a high score here. At least on my Steam account. Oh wait, I should have just let that go. No, I'm so close. Do it. All right. PB. All right, so that is Countdown. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But there are some like tricky strategies you can use for this game mode. I know if you like, I believe sometimes it'll favor whatever open world it is. You can kind of influence it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I see Ferox in the chat, who's actually pretty good at Countdown. But say you stack with like an open well towards the left, or you can even stack with a like a 2-wide or 3-wide combo, and depending on where the long bar is supposed to land, you can fill in the other areas. So there's some cool strategies that come with Countdown, and definitely recommend giving that a go. And last but not least, we have Purify. So this is like downstack mode. Downstacking being trying to clear your board, bring it to the bottom. And in this mode, you want to do it over and over. You can set it to endless if you would like, if you are someone that just wants to keep practicing. Or if you're crazy and want to go for one of those endless high scores and just test your patience, you're welcome to do that as well. Because there is a leaderboard for that. And this is the one of the more particle-heavy modes. If you want to put on your sunglasses, feel free. Get out your eclipse sunglasses for the upcoming eclipse. It might have a second use here in Tetris Effect. So, okay. When you go for T-spins and Tetrises, it actually does clear one of the infected Minos. So the infected Minos or blocks are like the purple shaded blocks currently. And every time you clear a line, it clears one, I believe. I don't recall the exact numbers on. I don't have it memorized. But the trick really is like when you have big combos, the more infections that are cleared. So when you have a big like downstack combo, kind of like that even, it's going to be the most optimal way to work through this. So knowing how to efficiently bring your board down is crucial to this mode. And I would even add, for that reason, if you're actually trying to step up your game in like say a multiplayer sense, or even any single player mode, like surviving on higher gravity and stuff like that, knowing how to bring your board down is like one of the most important skills. So Purify is like, if you were to ask me, probably one of the best like training modes to improving at Tetris. If you're able to stay alive and Purify, constantly bring your board down, you're going to be able to take on all of the journey mode difficulties and have a presence in multiplayer as well. So definitely recommend this mode if you're trying to get better at the game overall. Data saying, I do like how the modes try to teach you fundamental concepts that you need to get better at overall. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, even Countdown, there's like a well, the name is called Counting to 4, but like that's kind of what Countdown is, right? Like preparing for Tetris, and like getting a high score in Countdown will test a certain skill set. Zone Marathon will test your zone skill set. So yeah, I'd say every effect mode has training in some capacity. But I would argue like being able to bring down your stack is so important, especially in versus like zone battle. All right, time is up. We'll do one more. Maybe you'll get a little sweaty for a game here. Of course, if you move faster, the more craziness on your screen. bonus start, but usually over. It is a 3-minute game mode, right? So over time, you're bound to have good luck and bad luck. And yes, if you clear every infected block before the time runs out to do so, you get an extra bonus for that. So that's definitely crucial if you're trying to get a high score, anything like that. I'm not sure what decreases the timer. If it's like, you know, the longer hot streak you're on, it might be harder to maintain it. But yeah, something to think about. My screen is bright right now. I love it. You know what? Like, I feel like, I don't know what it is about this one. Sometimes I struggle with, like, single-colored blocks. I usually prefer to use the multicolored blocks to help me, like, see my upcoming pieces. But on Purify, I actually kind of like the customized color. I don't struggle to read my board, if that makes sense. All right. Bit short of a new PB there, but I played this. Or I'm decent at this mode, so if I have a good run, usually I can get pretty far. But all right, that is every Adventurous playlist game mode. Yeah, let me know your favorite. I think Mystery is probably my favorite, or I think like the most well-rounded game mode. Every time you try to play, something new happens. So, but with that being said, Purify is probably my more played of these modes, for like training purposes and like trying to bring your board down. And then Countdown, last but not least, a pretty quirky game mode, and it does teach you some mechanics and like how to create a board state for an upcoming Tetris. So yeah, this is one of my favorite playlists, if not my favorite playlist, and that'll be tomorrow's Weekend Ritual. So feel free to share your scores as you play through the Weekend Ritual. If you have any questions, hop into our community Discord at discord.gg/enhance. We do have a full moon hangout tomorrow, so we'll have a voice chat going on tomorrow during the Weekend Ritual if you are looking to spice it up, find other people to play with. If you're looking for a less lonely Tetris experience, but a lonely Tetris experience is not a bad thing either if you're just trying to vibe and get into it. So, okay, without further ado, that is our Ritual preview, and we are going to hop into some Connected versus community matches. So, oh, I just realized Instagram has a funky screen on right now. There we go. Yes, so let's set that up. And I did already let everybody know in group one. So we have Aiken, Shock, Zan, and Atomic Spoons up first if you're in the chat. I'm going to set that lobby up. While I'm setting that lobby up, we'll hide the room code. Just keep it clean. But yeah, hope everyone's having a good Friday. If you're on the East Coast like me, or I know we have some Brits in the chat, you're way off. You're definitely off work if you have a typical daytime work schedule. So Hopefully we're all chilling and getting ready for the weekend. Okay, connected versus. And yeah, I'm going to share that room code on our Discord server. Sand and atomic spoons. All right. So if you are in group 1, it is time. Just give you a ping in the Discord. Oh, Shock, you're recovering from an eye injury. Hopefully that is healing well. Can I join in? Says Haunt. Haunt, yeah, be on standby if you want to fill in, or if somebody will graciously let you hop into a group. I feel like maybe group 3 might be a better fit for Haunt. Group 2 or 3. But yeah, stick around. We could probably get you in here. Looks like Aiken chooses to be boss in our first go around. So within each group, we're going to spend about 20 minutes, and feel free, guys, to swap between boss and player between rounds, stuff like that. And hopefully we see a nice range of bosses. That always makes it fun to spectate. Does anybody else dream of Tetris? I feel like I've had a few. You know what? I feel like because I'm pretty actively following the game and play it pretty often, I don't really dream about it, though. If I do dream about it, it's probably if I don't get to play it for a long time. Like, I don't know, that's the kind of person I am. I'll dream about things that my brain wants to do. Like, for example, I don't get to play my piano if I'm traveling for a while. I'm like, oh, I want to go home and relax on piano. I'll dream about that. That's might be when I dream about Tetris as well. Do you dream about Tetris? Spoonie is on their way. Thank you, Dark Shadow. What about like the Tetris effect? You know, where you see when you see like Tetramino pieces in the wild on like skyscrapers and whatnot. I do play the piano. I'm not amazing at it. I mostly do it to relax. I did grow up playing it and learning it. You get the Tetris effect? Interesting. All right, we've got our full group in here. We have Great Britain, I believe is that Netherlands? All right. And Shock, I know, is from Australia. Aiken, I believe, is from the US. So we got a worldwide affair here. Germany. Okay, so got the country code mixed up. I'm surprised I got that wrong. I'm usually pretty good about my country codes. All right. So pretty quick, yeah. Usually that first zone is much faster to charge. And then the longer the game goes on, the longer it takes to get to this cooperative phase, which we call the zone. Players kind of stick into their lane. Typically, that's the quickest way to progress through this part. And obviously, if you don't see like a good placement on your end, or if you are quicker to stack to the top, that's a good time to like migrate over to the other to help your teammates stack. Or if you see some errors on their end where your piece is like really helpful, especially those purple pieces, which kind of bring down like mistakes under it with like a cascade effect. That's another way to move over to another side of the board. Is it D-Rob or Dr. Blazed? Not sure on the name there, but saying that this is crazy. Absolutely. Crazy can be, it can be fun. And yeah, this mode is enabled for ranked multiplayer tomorrow. Every Saturday for 24 hours. So if you want to be part of the craziness, definitely check it out tomorrow. And you could always play this. There's also a cooperative against AI mode, just simply called Connected. And then I think Connected is also the most popular game mode in our Discord for just finding lobbies and playing with friends. So if you're looking for people to play with, definitely check out the Enhance community Discord at discord.gg/enhance. Aiken setting up for a super... Okay, deciding to burn that down. Almost a super T-spin. Team's doing pretty good here. Zan in the middle with that T-spin double set up. I think Zan is a new TEC player, and apparently they're climbing pretty quick in multiplayer, so glad to see that. Glad to see they have joined our community here. And yeah, so players stacking really high once they hit that full zone meter, knowing that once you enter the zone, all the pieces kind of cascade and fall into place. And if there's any like holes under the pieces, they get automatically filled in from whatever is over it. Does Connected still give OSR after beating all the areas for the first time? They do, but very little. Do they actually give a little bit? I don't know if that's actually the Connected mode or if it's just you playing multiplayer, because I think just simply playing multiplayer games will put up your OSR for a little bit. Either way, yes, playing the Connected co-op mode will boost your overall SR if you complete all 5 areas. Or complete any area, for that matter. If you complete all 5, that's how you get the most. If you're looking to be a tier 10 player. Oh, welcome in, Big Cheese. Happy to see you here. Big Cheese, I recall that name. I'm a big I've been a Tetris player for years. I believe I've seen you playing this game, as well as I believe you were on Tetris 99, I think. I remember seeing. Correct me if I'm wrong. But welcome in. All right. You know what? I kind of like Shock's approach here. You know, if you are a little worried of dealing with the blitz, so boss attacks are called blitzes. You can just sit back, relax, and be like, all right, I'm only going to make this worse. Let me just take my time, let the blitz run out. Especially if like if you're really close to like finishing the zone and you're like, all right, I can't like get too greedy here. Let's just you know, take a bite of my snack next to me while this blitz runs out. And yeah, so far this team's doing pretty good here. Looks like Zan has an opportunity. So when you get a Tetris, yeah, Tetrises and T-spins will or I think T-spins actually don't have as big of a bonus as with like other Tetris modes where T-spin doubles are worth as much as a Tetris. I believe the Tetris is actually higher percentage-wise for charging your zone meter. So yeah, whenever you have a chance for a Tetris as a connected player, that is a quick way to succeed. And also to note, especially since we do have some newer players in here, going for Tetris and T-spin in this phase actually doesn't do a bonus. And even some high-level players don't know that. So the goal here is to clear as many lines as you can. And that's simply all you have to worry about. And it looks like the team did a good job. And Aiken was actually playing pretty aggressive there. I don't think they tried to defend too much in that previous phase. So our team, Atomic Zan Shock, will take it. But Aiken, we'll see what you can do in game 2 here. If you want to remain as boss, or if you guys want to switch it up, feel free to. Ooh, okay. So Atomic Spoon on our final boss in Connected. Spoiler alert, but this game has been out for a while. The Tetramidian. And yes, also if you're playing it on the Connected versus Ranked, you're going to want to know what each boss does, right? So this boss in particular actually has... You don't know what this boss is going to do. It has the attack, or it's randomly determined. So it could be attack from any boss in Connected. The caveat, I suppose, is that playing as the Tetramidian, I feel like the charge for the attacks takes a little bit longer as like a balancing act. So it can be hard to put on pressure, but if you get the right sequences, no matter how strong the opposing team is, it actually can throw players for a loop, right? And there's some funny combos you'll get with Tetramidian that you do not get with any other boss in the game. Yeah, the charge takes longer. All right, our team doing a pretty good job here. It's like Aiken is helping out their teammates, and they're about balanced across the board here, so players might stick to their lane at this point. Although it is a bit of a not the smoothest board right now, so it looks like players are kind of utilizing whatever slots are best for their piece in the moment. All right, so we have a 16 line clear. And not bad. That's pretty quick too. So nearly half the board for Atomic. And just to note, while the team is working hard over here, the boss will want to clear Tetrises and just clear lines in general to create a defense, so you can try to counteract a strong attack from the team. And in this phase as well, as you can see, the boss is charging attacks. So right now it's like a quarter way, now it's a half way. And that's something you want to pay attention to as a boss. So say it's only like a little bit, it might not be worth going for Tetris. There's actually times when you do want to go for single line clears, which is kind of unique to this game mode, because usually you're like, I want to go for Tetrises, T-spins only, but as a boss, it can be more effective at times, depending on like the status of your zone charge, to go for single line clears, which can be fun. And just something to pay attention to if you are trying to kick some butt in this game mode. And so far, our boss is doing pretty good. It looks like Aiken, it may top out here. So when you top out, do not give up. You can actually tap a rotate key to revive to the beat. So as you see, this circle kind of reach the middle of Aiken's crossbow avatar, they can clap to try and revive. But since Aiken was topped out during that, we're going to have a 2-player zone. And these can be kind of fun because they're a little more speedy. So it's like, oh, it's my turn already. So it's fun to try to play quickly during this. And it's especially nerve-wracking if you're the only player during the zone because all eyes are on you. But obviously, you are going to want all 3 players for these zones for the greatest score bonus. So the bonuses on the attacks are a lot less if you are in a single-player zone. But if you move quickly enough, like, it can still catch a boss off guard here. And actually, that was pretty strong for a 2-player zone. So this is an interesting situation. Atomic actually setting up a little bit of defense. So when you switching to defense is the same as the zone button. So whatever your zone button is mapped to, that allows you to switch to defense mode. And when you switch to defense mode, you are able to bring down these unclearable blocks, I guess these white blocks at the moment. And as you can see, there's a different shade of white block from at the halfway point. It's like that grayer block is I wish there was an easier way to say it, but that's what's happening right now. Is it takes less time to clear than like a full white block. Yeah. Either way, our team is schmoovin' right now, and yeah, because Atomic was kind of under that pressure from the team, they're going to have to try to attack here momentarily, or else I think this team is going to be really scary to deal with in this next zone. So we'll see what kind of attack Atomic gets, if anything. Ooh, that misdrop. And all right, yeah, Atomic does top out. Good effort though. Almost had the kill on Aiken. Almost had the kill on the team in that second round. So that was a nice game. But GG's. I think we will move on to group number 2. So thank you, Shock, Aiken, Zan, and Atomic for your display of skill here. And group number 2. You are up, so I'm going to tag you guys in our Discord. That would be Dovetail, Nedlow, Numbers, and I am Nobody. You are up. The room code should still be in the Discord here. Actually, I'll just repost it. Yes, GG's all around. Pretty even matchup. Atomic saying best boss time for a long time. Very nice. You actually almost had the kill there, so they managed to survive with 2 players and put you under some pressure for that last one, though. All right, just waiting on... Who was our last one? Is Numbers around, just Numbers. Numbers. Oh, there they are. Okay. I was about to say, if they are not around, we can get Haunt in here, but there we go. Next group. And we're actually using Ares as the boss, aka the Jackrabbit, or Rabbit, I suppose. Kind of looks more like a Jackrabbit. Wait. Oh, wait, that's not a rabbit. What am I? You did not hear that. All right. Oh, I just had a brain lapse. All right. Caught in the act. If you squint your eyes, maybe it is a Jackrabbit. All right. So pretty quick first zone per usual for our team, and nobody setting up a defense. As you can see, these orbs kind of circling nobody right now. That kind of signifies how strong their defense is going to be. So if you see like 8 to 9 orbs, they're pretty set. So they're getting there. It's like, what is that, 6 or 7 right now? Can be a little hard to tell sometimes. But it fits the vibe of Tetris Effect. All right, so pretty standard zone attack from the team. And how is nobody going to approach this? I think Ares is probably one of the harder bosses to play effectively right now. It used to actually be really strong, but got kind of touched up in a balance patch, I suppose. And yeah, so the Ares signature blitz is invert. So what that does is pretty much any block that is in being... Oh, there it is. Okay. It turns your blocks into emptiness, and it turns the empty parts of your board into blocks. So inverting the board in that sense. And then, of course, spin is also a Area 3 based attack, or blitz. So any of the Area 3 bosses, which are all green in color, will have that spin blitz. And getting 2 inverts, actually putting some pressure here on numbers. Nedlow handling it pretty well. And yes, I guess we kind of call this community member A732924580431. We decided as a collective to title them numbers. Or I get to say that whole number every time. That could be fun. So nobody didn't get to defend too much, but they were able to put on some pressure. And the fact that actually Nedlow was pretty low to their board, I didn't catch exactly how low. But if you start the zone with like 0 lines cleared, that means you could have the strongest attack possible. If you go into the team zone with like 5 or 6 line clears, it's going to lower the potential attack that you can have. So having some kind of pressure going into the team zone will help you to negate that, like a strong attack. Happy to elaborate on that if that didn't make sense, or if anything comes out as word soup, let me know. Anyways, nobody though is kind of high to the board, and they are opting not to defend right now, so they want to put on some pressure here. And because they are in a later phase, this could be like almost like going all in. Okay, so utilizing that double, good awareness. And does get a pretty strong bump up invert, which can be devastating depending on how your board is doing. So players are about halfway up, and actually nobody opting to defend. At least bring it down a little bit here. I wonder if they're going to want to try to get to another phase. Yeah, a bit of a tricky situation here. Hard to know the right move. And it looks like they are actually opting to defend. So, gonna want to bring this down. They have a little bit more time. Looks like that team is nearing the zone. If they can get at least another line clear, that would be ideal. Okay, they brought it down. That's about halfway. And you know what? Numbers actually has it. They're going to bring it down to just 1 line clear, which means there's a potential for a very strong zone attack here. We'll see if nobody can manage to defend it. They are set up to defend with some Tetrises. That'll be pretty close. I have a feeling that Yeah, as long as the team doesn't mess up here, they're going to possibly knock out nobody. But nobody with an okay defense so far, opting for this T-spin triple, which will be huge. And I think they know the situation, so they're intentionally low, but they are like 1 or 2 lines too high there. So nice job from the team, and nice job from Numbers actually to keep that board super low going into the zone, which probably was like the differential for nobody having a chance of surviving. GG. So you guys are welcome to play another game here if you want to rotate out or try a different boss. And yes, if you want to participate in future community showcases, wherever you're watching from, join our Discord at discord.gg/enhance. And yeah, we cast games for everybody. If you want to play, if you want to have some nerd talk about your game to the world, feel free to join in. And yeah, it's a fun time. Good way to meet other players if you're looking for teams for Connected or people to practice with. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And nothing on the line here except your pride, which I guess is the most important thing. But definitely just chill, casual, competitive vibes here. All right, hopping into the second game with this group. I believe they picked a Area 4 boss. I didn't catch exactly what it was. Sagittarius, okay. Kind of looks like a jackrabbit, if you ask me. All right. So that was a very fast zone for our team. But Nedlow can throw down, I'm sure. And Nedlow finally making it out to a community showcase. I know they've been unable to make them usually because they work or are busier on Fridays. Hopefully Nedlow can make it out to a classic score attack showcase. So we usually do rotate between multiplayer modes each week. If you are looking for a specific mode to play with the community. This could be a pretty good zone. Already up to 18 lines. Can they get 19? Ooh. I think they're greeting for a bigger zone. Getting that 20 would be pretty fun. As many of us do. We could easily hit that 18 or 19, but you gotta try to go for the 20, right? So let's see if Nedlow can put on some pressure here. And yes, so this boss, the longer this boss survives, the scarier it becomes. They can send broken pieces, and once that levels up, so like the blitz becomes stronger the longer the boss survives, it becomes very, very hard to deal with. And I believe this boss also has Pentamino, which can be pretty fun, and there it is. I actually like playing Pentaminos, which means each piece is 5 Minos rather than 4. Yeah, Pento is the redeeming, as a player, it's the redeeming quality of playing against this boss if you're like trying to climb the rank ladder. Broken though, Broken can be very hard to deal with, and we'll possibly see why. And it looks like Numbers or Dovetail, they're both pretty low, so that it's going to be another one-line start, which is very strong. Ideally, in a perfect world, you have 0, just so you know. If you want to get the strongest team zone attacks, you want to start your team zone at 0 lines for the highest attack potential. Then ideally, you know, your board is already high enough so you can quickly fill in all 20 lines if you can manage to get to 20. So pretty quick though, a quick 17. Will they be able to get 18? I don't... Oh, they do get 18. Very nice. I think using some IRS there, which means you can initially rotate the piece before it spawns. They actually get a 19. Wow, very nice. So this will hit pretty hard. And Nedlow fortunately had the longbow ready there to save themselves. So what is Nedlow going to do here? One tip as using the when you're using this boss is to kind of like use broken, or during broken you play defensive. So we'll see if Nedlow attempts to do that, because that's when the team will be moving the slowest. So we got a bump up and Pentomino actually, so no broken just yet. But even Pentomino is going to be tricky to play too quickly during this, so that allows the boss to either play defensive, or actually it looks like Nedlow is playing even more aggressive. And that's a playstyle choice if you're trying to top out your opponent and go all in, or at least top out a few of your opponents and then play defensive so that you have some extra time. There's a few ways to approach this. And there's that broken. Or not. Oh, that's Pentomino again. Another bump up. No broken. Actually, kind of unfortunate luck for Nedlow. If I was on the team, I would be A-okay with this RNG right now. Okay, so we have a high stakes broken. And yeah, I think Nedlow's just trying to go for the kill. I think they know the situation. Unfortunately, the team is pretty close here. Oh, they gotta counter rotate. No, you gotta counter rotate. Oh, that's tricky. Actually, I don't know if counter rotate would have even worked there. You might have had to use IRS. But yeah, unfortunately for Nedlow, that was a really strong second zone attack. It probably caught Nedlow a little bit off guard. They probably assumed they would have a little bit more space there, but yeah, kind of a tough call there at the top. So GG's. We will move on to our final group just for the sake of time here. But thanks for playing and coming out, everybody. So our final group will be Tetra Boy, Knighting, Manbo, and Silica, and then possibly Haunt Nog. No, Haunt Nog is around. Okay, so if you are one of those players, make your way to the lobby. The room code is in the Discord. And the last player being... who's the last player in this group? Tetra Boy. Are you still around, Tetra Boy? I'll give you a tag. There. Right when I tagged him. Unnecessary Discord ping. Got some Japanese. Manbo, are you from Japan? Yeah, how do I say your name? Celica? Celie something? I don't know, my brain's breaking on it. Celica. Well, now you're Karina. Okay. What tool do you use for streaming on multiple platforms? We use Restream.io and some other... It's actually a hosh-posh of tools, but there's also a vertical streaming tool we use. Can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head. Do you stream at all, Shock? All right, so Knighting also using Sagittarius. So we're going to see some more strategies utilized from this boss. And Knighting is going to be a tough boss to deal with here. We have a pretty strong team. And we'll see if they can deal with Knighting's connected versus speed. I think Knighting's team got second place in our connected 3v3 teams tournament, which was so much fun. That actually was probably one of my favorite parts of the 2023 TECWC. Kind of like highlights every game mode. Team vibes are always fun, and like playing for your team. And I think just generally like players seem to be enjoying that tournament. So hopefully we get to see more of that in the future. Sagittarius is our Centaur Bowman. It's Montaro. What's the character from Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat 3? Oh wait, why am I saying Sagittarius? You're right. I got it wrong. Whoops. Because I'm like, oh wait, no, that's Area 1. Aquarius, right? Or am I also wrong? My brain is not in the right place today. Anybody else's controller seem to mess up in CVS after about 5 minutes or so, or is that just me? I don't think I've ever experienced that. What platform are you playing on? You have issues with reviving? On Switch. I don't know. No, I've never heard of that. It could be dependent on like other factors in your setup, maybe, or the controller. I'm not sure. But feel free to task it on the Discord or send in a ticket if it is bugging you. All right, how are our players doing here? So Knighting halfway up the board, using defense for a moment, but it's not broken, so Pentomino really can be dealt with. I guess Pentomino, when it levels up a little bit, isn't as easy to deal with when you get like there's like that star formation. That one's a little tricky. But broken is the one that you kind of want to like bring your board down on, because when you level that one up, that's really hard to deal with. Oh, interesting. And there was almost a chance for a Pentomino TP all clear there. All right. Don't let... Oh, sorry. Let's get caught up. What am I missing on chat here? Shen the boss is what? Well, it's Capricorn, obviously, for anybody that's wondering. This is Capricorn, the first boss available in Area 4. And then it is Aquarius and Leo. Yes. Yes. Are there competitive events for this game? Yeah, we host. Obviously, there's community-hosted tournaments from people like Puzzle Kingdom, Hard Drop, at times probably CTWC. But we have held for 2 years in a row, or I'm sorry, even longer than that, just under different titles. But I've helped with TECWC at Enhanced for 2 years in a row, which kind of brings together all the modes for Trifecta, where Super Shocky is our champion. And to win in that, you have to be good at all the Tetris modes, which can be pretty fun. But yes, my phone's ringing. Yes, long story short, there are competitions in Tetris Effect. Oh yeah, Square One is a fun one from Puzzle Kingdom. Which is strictly his own battle tournament. Okay, Tetra Boy a little high on their board here with a not so forgiving Penomino. So they're delaying the board, or I'm sorry, the piece locking into the board by rotating. Oh my god, followed up with broken. Ooh, this is tough. I don't know if Tetra Boy survives. We need to all provide a round of applause here. Meanwhile, Manbo and Silica have somewhat healthy boards, although that bump up is going to be putting on some extra pressure. Manbo trying to get rid of this broken piece in their hold queue. And, ooh, yes, so one thing to note here. At high level, you definitely want to utilize T-spins and Tetrises, allow your teammate to revive sooner. So Silica throwing down a couple T-spin doubles, or T-spin single. And, yeah, Tetra Boy is actually almost back into the game. But as you can see, our players are now dealing with that really rough broken state. So during this, they're actually opting to not place any pieces just to survive and allow Tetra Boy to find their way back into the game. And you know what? Knighting is not... they did defend a little bit during that broken, but they're looking for some kills. And actually forcing a two-player zone, if it comes to that, will allow them to defend any incoming zone attack. But actually, this team is only halfway to that zone, so they have a long way to go here. And of course, if not every player is alive, it's going to take longer to reach that nirvana state. All right, so Manbo's back in. Karina or Silica doing a good job of surviving and keeping this team afloat. All right, so another broken. So it looks like everyone is opting not to stack. Was funny. They know the strength of broken. Unless you see like an obvious sequence, yeah, sometimes you're better off just not stacking, which can be frustrating as a player. But, ooh, Knighting with a bit of a messy board state. You know what? This team's doing really good. If they can all manage to get to this zone. So, Knighting with some security defense here. And, yeah, so if anybody, Tetro can maybe stack a little bit. But it's really hard to get to that zone quickly with this boss. So high stakes goes down. Can Silica stay alive here? It looks like no. But there might be a chance for a revival. And you know what? Knighting is feeling extra safe now, bringing their board down quite a bit. So this is definitely a Knighting favored situation. Tetra Boy forcing that T-spin double. They actually might be able to get the revive. which would be huge. Okay, so this is actually looking nice for our team. And yeah, if they go right into this zone, they're going to be from the bottom and have a pretty strong zone attack. Ideally, okay, they got a clear line. There they go. So that is from the bottom, which means this will be really strong. But fortunately, Knighting is intelligent enough to play defense a bit. Didn't play overly aggressive. So they should be able to tank any incoming attack. But regardless, this could be still a very potent attack and put Knighting more than halfway up their board if they move quickly enough here. Ooh, they get a 12. Okay, still over halfway over the board, but unfortunately they weren't able to get too high there. Either way, this is an interesting situation. So this boss, I feel like this boss can last a while sometimes. We'll see how long this game lasts. Because it is a pretty decent team here. Like, they can withstand time, it looks like. Rough sequence of attacks, and Tetra Boy's already pretty high on the board. I mean, one thing is, like, if you do top out early, it allows you to kind of rotate and, like, one player is dead at any moment, right? So if Manbo manages to survive here and a player revives, that allows him to kind of, like, death cycle, I suppose. So, like, as long as you always have one player alive, you'll survive. But the issue being, Knighting will be able to easily keep putting on pressure and have the chance to defend themselves if only one player is accruing zone at one time, right? So this looks like it could be lights out, and nice effort from the team, and a valiant effort from Knighting as well to secure that win. It looks like the team had a chance there for a moment. Brutal Capricorn. Yeah, good effort from everybody. And Manbo is tagging in Haunt for our final game here. Thank you, Manbo, for doing that. And yes, this will be the last game of the night. Oh, I'm not the boss. Who is, who else left? Manbo left and, oh, Tetra Boy. I guess I could play. Alright, I'll be on a team. So we'll play in this final game here. Or boss. You know what? I'm playing boss. It was requested by Haunt. As for what boss, I'm feeling some area 2. Should we go crab or scorpion? Crab or scorpion? Scorpio's memes. All right, we're doing Scorpio. Fighting 2 master clearers. That's a good point. We're doing Cancer. Thanks for the advice. I feel like I'd get crushed on Scorpio here. Scorpio is fun to play though. All right, final game of the night. Thank you everyone for participating in tonight's games, and hopefully you guys participate tomorrow's weekend ritual. We will be having a voice hangout on the community Discord, or the official Enhance Discord at discord.gg/enhance if you're looking to play the game with other players, we'll be happy to have you. Those tend to be a lot of fun. Strong team. When I have One Piece preview, I like to go 0-9 for speed, which means I just have a Tetris wheel on the far right. But obviously, I do believe there is some T-spin defense bonus, so maybe not as optimal, but I play consistent when I just stack for Tetrises here. I should have let that last a little longer. This is an okay state. Could be better. I think my the unstable blitz should be a little stronger as the game goes on, which allows more time for defense. So hopefully I'm not too high on the board as this zone ends. Realized I got quiet. I'm dialed in. Uh-oh. They're really close to zone. I'm feeling pretty good about my board state. Okay, should be able to tank an attack. Start with. Oh, they're from the bottom. That's not good. I'm scared. Oh, did not count? Shoot, I need to wait a little longer there. That's unfortunate. I need to go for it, right? Bump up. Yeah, give it. Did someone top out? Uh-oh. Okay. Ooh, that was close. Got a dub. I feel like I've been on a losing streak on these community showcases, so starting fresh, starting anew. We're on the upswing. But yes, thank you everyone for playing tonight. Yeah, if we're on Twitch here, maybe we can find someone to raid. But it was a pleasure. I think next week, what is next week? I want to say it's Classic Score Attack. Classic Score Attack, I think, is next in line. Either that or Score Attack, or regular Score Attack. Either way, we will be having this again next Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, whatever that lines up to with you in whatever part of the world you are. And if you're in the Discord, it will automatically tell you what time the event is taking place. So definitely join our Discord. I'm going to plug it here in the Twitch if you want to participate in future events. At discord.gg/enhance. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. So thanks to everyone for participating. And yeah, at the beginning of the stream, we went through the adventure playlist for tomorrow's weekend ritual. So if you want to learn more about Countdown, Purify, or Mystery Mode ahead of tomorrow's event, definitely look back on the VOD or simply just ask about it on the Discord. We have plenty of Tetris players that are willing to help with any questions you may have. So without further ado, we're going to call it there. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and have a good weekend. And be sure to stop by tomorrow's full moon hangout in the voice chat. Led by our moderators. So yeah, until then, thank you. Bye-bye. And yes, if you're on Twitch, hang around all raid Espeon per suggestion of Haunt.